to an ongoing situation, though, that we are following here. We have been telling you about it as the deadline does get closer and closer, because now we're only 24 hours away from a government shutdown, really less than that, unless Congress takes some action here. If federal leaders do not reach a spending agreement by midnight, small businesses in our community could be impacted, and we know there are plenty here.
Our David Chasanov, he's joining us now live from Roosevelt Row. It's home to many mom and pop shops. So David, what's interesting, you hear about a government shutdown. Maybe you don't think it will apply to you, but no, it applies to so many more people than you would think.
Absolutely right, Allison and Emma, good morning. The Commerce Authority says Arizona has more than 600,000 small businesses, and they could lose access to federal loans if a government shutdown happens, which Democrats in Congress say they don't feel too confident about what's happening at this point in time.
When they say later, they mean never. We have to do it now.
Here's what both sides of the aisle have yet to agree on, which could lead to a government shutdown like Allison and Emma just mentioned. Democrats want to roll back some cuts and changes to Medicaid that took effect this summer, and they also want to extend Obamacare subsidies, which expire this year. Meanwhile, Republicans want to pass a bill extending current funding levels for 7 weeks and negotiate changes during that time. Like we mentioned, a government shutdown could impact small businesses, including those here in Arizona. Arizona Congressman Greg Stanton released an FAQ on his website, which you should be seeing in just a second. He's explaining what could happen. He says the shutdown would impact federal loans to small businesses, adding the Small Business Administration would not accept, review, or approve any new business loans. Now, the National Small Business Administration is urging Congress to avoid a government shutdown and support small businesses. The NSBA says, in part, while members of Congress and their staff will continue to get paid, the millions of small businesses who rely on federal leaders will not. They add their families, and every business will feel the pinch of a shutdown, stating they always do. Regardless of the possible impact here, Republicans won't budge, and they're blaming Democrats.
I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing.
Now, if a government shutdown happens, the White House Budget Office is threatening mass firings. We also know several federal services could be impacted and federal workers could be furloughed. So Allison and Emma, a lot to keep an eye on before this funding deadline approaches tonight. We're in Phoenix. David Chasanov, 12 News, Today News 8.